Are we good to go? Okay, so I'm starting. Then just give me final confirmation. Okay, sure. Thank you. Thanks, Madhu. Okay, so hello and welcome everyone. We are back with this another episode of Weekend with the Series. And guess what? This time we are having our speaker from Microsoft, Nikta Sharma, a very young and talented software engineer at Microsoft. And in this session, we will be simplifying some coding concepts, delving into tools and knowledge that you need to kickstart your journey. So, without making a single minute delay, let's start with the session. And I would request, first of all, thank you so much, Nikita, for joining us in this session. And the personalities like you, the learnings that you have shared in our the whole community has been a great asset for the whole community. So, on the behalf of all those engineers, I would like to thank you on behalf of those engineers for joining us in this session. So yeah, Anita, would you like to tell a little bit more about yourself to our audience who are watching us right now?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everybody. I'm Nikita Sharma, and I'm working as a software engineer at Microsoft. And I am 2019 graduate. I did my computer science engineering from LPU. Post that, I was working with one of the semiconductor company in Bangalore. I worked there for almost an year, and then I made another switch. I made another switch to ASR company, which is Nuance, and then this is my third company, Microsoft. So yeah, I'm here for like an year now. It, and I know how how what it takes to come here, or how the preparation goes, or to any company, not just Microsoft or any bank, but any company. So yeah, I'm here to give my learnings to you all. So yeah, that's all.
That's very impressive that you work hard for your dream company, and there are many aspiring coders who are working hard, and their best friend is lead code now. They are doing practice on daily basis. They can crack some good, really good companies,
Yeah.
and yeah, sure. So let's start with the theme of the session, getting started with coding. So here's the first question: like, if someone, a fresher, a very fresher, is watching this session right now, so what is coding? How will you explain that coding to in a very simplified way?
Okay, so basically, when we say we need to code, suppose two people need to communicate, right? If I have to communicate with you, I need to know certain language which is common to both of us. That's when I'll be able to communicate to you. Same way, when we have to communicate to our computer, we have to know certain language which is common to computer and us. That's when the coding languages come in. So that any idea, anything you want your computer to do, addition of two numbers, right? But you have to tell your computer how to do that. For that particular thing, you need a language to command your computer. There is where the coding thing come, that you need to learn that language, that code that your computer understands, and hence process it and proceeds with the command. So that is how I would say the coding is needed. All the engineering part come after that. This is the basic thing which you, the basic block of software engineering that you need is coding, because that's how you communicate. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so uh, if I have to wrap up your answer in a single line, basically in the today's digital world, it's become a necessity of every IT industry or of every IT students just to make things working more easier, right?
Yeah, so if you are a software engineer, I'm hoping that everybody is going to work on the laptop, right?
Yeah,
On the computer. So you have to know it. There's no escape.
okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So you have discussed about this programming languages.
Mhm.
So those who are unaware of the programming languages, that there are multiple programming languages, and being as a first year student, the first question comes in the mind is like, which programming language should I choose?
Mhm.
And we can see many LinkedIn posts, okay, DSA using C++, DSA using Java, which should I choose or prefer?
Yes.
So it would be great and it would be beneficial for all those students who are
Hmm.
just struggling between the, this,
Hmm.
like, should I prefer Java, Python, C++, or which language?
Yeah. So I'll start with my story, how I started coding when I was in first year. So
That's why we are collecting you to hear your journey.
yeah, so I was not at all a computer student. I was a biology student in my 11th and 12th. I was a PCMB student. I had no clue about computers. And because computer science was in trend and all my friends were taking computer science, I decided to take computer science because I knew that this is where the jobs are right now and going to be
Yeah.
in years. So I said, okay, I'm taking computer science. I still remember I went for my first class, C class. I did not know anything. I did not know what is compiler, what is language. I did not know those header files. Nothing. I was just copying from my neighbor. Whatever she was writing, I was writing that. Okay. Then gradually I saw that everybody is practicing C++ or C or Java, whatever. That's how I started learning that this is something I want to learn. So I started practicing everything. Okay. So this is like how I learned. So now coming to your question that which programming language is required, and
Yeah.
so I would say that again, programming language is something where you are going to interact with your computers. Okay. Now this can be either Java, it can be the C++, it can be the Python. It can be these are the languages which is very, very, very common nowadays. And everybody, if you have one of these skills, you are good. You are good to go. Okay. So now again also things come up that it depends on your company what kind of development they are doing. Okay. So for example, I work in Azure in Microsoft. So it has more to do with the firmware, the hardware part. So hence we work on C++ a lot. Like I give all my interviews in C++. But there are certain companies like Amazon, those who work on application, like user application. It's
Yeah.
B2C kind of thing. That is where they work on Java a lot. Okay. And then comes the Python part, which is common for everybody. I say Python is something everybody should learn. I have made three switches, and in all my companies, I have used Python. So where is Python used? Python is used when you have to do certain automation in the existing process. It has nothing to do with your development part. It is there to simplify your task. For example, suppose there is, for very basic example, suppose there is Excel sheet. Okay, Excel sheet, huge Excel sheet. Okay, and then you have to find, for example, there are, I'll take Amazon for example. There are some inventories which comes from one of the seller. Okay, now suppose your manager or anybody says that we need the seller's information, for example. Okay, so there is where you can, this is not a development, okay, but this is where you can put your Python information, like Python knowledge, and write the automation in a second and you get all of it. So again, C++ and Java is for development, Python is for automation, and there are so much automation going on. Hence, like these languages are the core languages. When I started with C++. I never code in Java. I don't even know Java. So I just know C++, Python. C++, I decided because I was interested in C. Then it was the same concept that we were having in C++. So hence I decided to go with this language. And somebody who is in first year now, I would recommend that you go with C++. If you are interested in Java, you can go for that also, or you can try both of them because the concepts are same, only the syntax are the difference. So you can start with C++. If you feel that no, I want to give a try to Java, you can do it. It's just a matter of 2 weeks. So yeah. So but my recommendation would be start with C++. We have so many resources for C++. Most of the people are working on C++, and it's in demand, a lot of demand. Yeah.
Okay. I guess you have covered very well on the various programming language and the respective applications.
Yeah.
I must notice that one part that you have mentioned is C++ and Java for development.
Yeah.
And if someone is interested in automation, like
Hmm.
if any idea is coming into a student
Yeah. Hmm.
regarding of this automation, so he should
Yeah.
proceed with Python. I guess
Hmm.
that's an important point for all the
Yeah.
students who are watching us right now. Okay, so we have discussed about the programming languages. For example, if someone have selected a particular language, for example, it's C++.
Hmm.
So, as per your journey or as per your experience, or any set of tools or platforms or resources that you want to recommend to them.
So I think how somebody should start programming is,
Yeah.
first thing is you need to know why you are learning the language. Okay, so now we know that we are learning the language because we have to write some application so that our computer can work for us. This is first thing. Okay, now second thing comes is, again you have to learn, okay, how this language is interacting with your computer. Okay, how does it work? And there is where the syntax part come. Okay, if I write, for example, C out, my computer knows that I have to print something. Okay, so if I say uh, void function one, then my computer know that there is some function which has to be called. Okay, so for that you need to learn the syntax. Okay, now how can you start learning it is that, starting from the basic, like we learn our ABCD in our schools, right? Before speaking English, we are supposed to know ABCD. So before making your application, you need to know the language. It's the same language like English. Okay, so how people can start it? Okay, like what I used to follow, I used to follow lot of open, these geeks for geeks, for example, or
Yeah.
any tutorial you can go for. Okay, there are so many so many videos on YouTube. People can go to YouTube and watch it. Also, I would say there is something called as, tutorial hell and video hell. Okay, and
Yeah.
it's a very very true thing. It's like you're watching a gym video and then you say you're not losing weight. Okay, very basic example.
Exactly.
So there is something called as tutorial hell, where you just watching it, if it's for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and you do nothing. That is not how you're going to learn it. Okay, you have to practice. You like I have literally practiced whole my 4 years in college. I have practiced every day. That's when you can. That's when it's just just a matter of thing. Okay, somebody tells you to write a function, you can write it. If you are just watching a video, you will never able to write it. So I would say anybody who's starting coding right now in first year or in any year, start with the basic. Pick any tutorial, pick any video, take any course if you want to, because what I feel, when you take courses, you maintain the consistency of you being consistent in doing it. Because YouTube may someday you will watch it, someday you will not watch it.
Yeah.
Probably if you are stuck somewhere, you are just stuck for months. So I would say whatever is comfortable for you, you have to do it, but you have to do it regularly. So take any random tutorial from internet for C++ and start writing it. So like I had this habit of writing everything. Even if I'm watching a video, I'll write whatever they say, so that when you write things, you kind of understand where you're getting stuck. And in fact, I would also say people always think that for learning coding you have to have a laptop and then you have to
Yeah.
code. You can simply write your code. If you're in college, if you're in class and you do not have a laptop with you, just start writing your code. You will know where you're getting stuck. So if, for example, if today you studied first hello world, for example, okay, the basic program, next day go and write it. Don't see and write it. You will know where you're getting stuck, and you know where to start preparing from again. If you see that, okay, I do not know the syntax again, go watch it again. So that is how you can learn it. Take any tutorial, any video, start from the beginning, start writing with them. Programming languages just a hype that it's people are not able to do, or it's very difficult. It is as difficult as anything else. If you have to learn any, if today I'll say, if today anybody will say me that you have to learn Germany, I can't. You have to learn German. I can't do it. It is
Yeah.
consistency that will take me to the end. So yeah, just start with any tutorial and practice every day for at least an hour. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's a very honest answer that you replied for this question, because there are lots of, many, many seniors or many people used to refer some kind of tutorials or some kind of lot of websites basically.
Hmm.
The top 15 resources, top 10 YouTube videos, such kind of things.
Hmm.
But the real part is that how you are dedicated to that part, right?
Yeah.
And thank you for mentioning this part, like be consistent. That you have
Hmm.
mentioned that you practice every day. I
Yeah.
think that's the very hard part to practice every day. That you don't sometimes you don't even like it to just open your laptop and doing some. Okay, so like
There are
my next
many
question.
times there, I'm sorry to interrupt you. There are
No
many
issue.
times
Yeah,
when you all are going to get stuck. I used to get
yeah,
stuck a lot of time. Everybody will get stuck a lot of time. But there is not where you have to stop. You have internet, you have people, you can post your, we have chat GPT now. You can just post your doubt. You can just post your probably the line which is getting it. And it's a tip, guys. Even I'm doing it. So in any line, if you get any issue because the error says it, you can just copy paste it in your chat GPT and chat GPT will tell you where the error is and it'll correct and give it to you. So it's a tip, guys. You can use it.
that's nice. That's nice. So, I want to know, a little bit more about this consistency part. Okay, for a beginner, for a very beginner who just started this coding journey, so how to stay motivated during his journey, and at least he can, if he is trying one question per day, so he should at least try one question per day on daily basis. So how to stay motivated during that time? Like obviously you face the same scenario in
Yeah, yeah.
your
And
starting phase.
many times I felt that this is something I can never do.
Yeah,
But I think it all depends on you have to think why you started, why you are into it, why you want to learn, why you want to get into any company. Because it's ultimately you have to be successful in life, right? You have to do
yeah,
something. And then you are in engineering. Like when I was in engineering, I was very much into the thing that I want to get the placement. The only thing I want from my college is placement, and I can do anything for that. I study hard, whatever it takes. I still remember I was among the first one who got placed in the very first company which came to our college, and we were just placed and enjoying for rest of the semester. So when you whenever you feel like giving up, okay, it's very easy to give up, but you just remember that why you are here, why you are doing it, and there are ups and downs. If you have to be successful graph is not this. Successful graph is like this. So you're going to face so many issues, but you have to like keep in the mind that why I'm here, and it can be anything. Honestly, I can be very blunt here.
yeah,
It can be anything. It can be you want money in your life. Okay, first thing that like I wanted to be at a good place. So that can be one motivation. Okay, you won't literally want to be a good engineer. Okay, that can be another, that I really want to work with some great minds going ahead. And so I have to start with this. I have to start. Hurdles are everywhere. You go for MBBS, you will face the hurdle.
exactly.
Then it can be family issues that people, many are not from good background, and that
Yeah,
you have to earn. Motivation can be anything. Motivation can be anything. You have to find your motivation, I would say. You have to find why you are here, why you are doing it, why you are trying to do it, why you started it. So there will be time. I'm not saying you will not feel low. There will be time you will feel low a lot of time, but the time you're and it's a very experience close to my heart, that when you get your achievement, your hard work feels nothing. I feel, oh, I did not even do anything. So when you see the amount of happiness, amount of
yeah.
satisfaction you get when you are at your dream, oh, you don't even remember your hard work. You'll be like, oh, if I'm getting this, I can do it again.
Exactly. I guess that's why there is a line of success is all about the journey, not the
Yeah,
destination.
yeah. Oh
So,
my God.
guys,
It's
who are
amazing.
watching us,
The time you guys go, everybody watching it, the time you guys gonna get your success, you will be amazed. You will be so happy. You will be so confident and proud. So just that should be the motivation you should go ahead with. Yeah.
exactly, of course, of course. So, thank you for this nice motivation for those
Mhm.
guys who are watching us right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Currently there are apart from this CSIT department, there are many non-technical background students are also doing coding, like from the civil department. Like many of my friends were from mechanical, civil, electrical,
Yeah.
and there was still, Fortran, CodeChef, such kind of things. So those who are from non-technical backgrounds, so
Mhm.
like any suggestion or any recommendation or a kind of any tip for them to practice while coding, because there is a mentality, na, ki, because there's a mentality like you're from the non-technical background, so how will I proceed or how? So there's a mentality among the
Mhm.
students. So how will you try to change this?
I think the journey again would be same for them starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
But like I'm not sure how much eligible people are for software, but I have seen so many people who come from different background and then are into software engineering. So even if somebody who has done engineering in something else, you can start because now skills are everything. If you have
Yeah.
skills, you can be anywhere, anywhere. So if you can start with that again the same like everybody from first year is going to start. Choose your best resource and keep practicing. It's the same. There's no shortcut for anybody. The only
Of course.
process is learning. The only process is that you have to go through each topic, have to revise, and it's if any first year people are watching it, it's great time for you to start because you have 4 years. You can just master anything in 4 years. For example, if you just study for 6 months, okay, and I think C plus plus for C plus plus 6 months are like more than enough if you're doing it correctly. And again, you can revise it for your 4 years, and I don't think there would be any question which you would not have done in your 4 years. So I just practice, 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 practice. I think I have this so many tutorials are there. I have revised tutorials around 10 times. Like every before every interview I used to prepare, right? I have revised almost 10 to 15 times. That's how now they are on my tips. Now I know all the concepts. It takes these many revisions to be perfect in something. Yeah.
Oh,
It's not just one
nice.
day. One day you can study and go for interview. You will never crack it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have talked about this, what is coding, what are the applications, various programming languages, and many more those things. But at the end of the day, like any website, a platform, or a set of books that you use it in your time during your learning journey, so that you wanna recommend to your juniors who are watching us
Okay.
right now.
So something I can recommend all the juniors is that again there are many resources. First
Yeah,
thing you can go for that, okay? Because and I'm saying that you have to revise it almost 10 times or 15 times. So first time you can go through the tutorial. Okay, done. You have like 10% of the knowledge now. Okay, next thing, you can take anybody's guidance. You can go for courses. Okay, there's no harm in going for courses. You can go for courses if you're paying like $1,000 or $15, and you're getting extra knowledge. Go for it. Okay, see some good courses. Okay, then again you can do a self study after that because even after these all three parts, you will not be perfect. It you will be just 40% where you are supposed to be. Probably again study by yourself, again take some course or go through the tutorial videos from your courses. I think it's a continuous effort that you have to put. If somebody does not understand by themselves, again go for courses. There's no harm in going for courses. So that is my, because again if you will start by yourself it will take you years, but
yeah,
if you will be under some guidance, you will be consistent. You can ask your doubts. You can know what is the process of understanding things. You can build, like you guys are building. Okay, you guys are building a community. So a
yeah.
community is where everybody can help everybody, right? So you can be part of those community. That's You won't believe, when I was in college I did not know anything, right? So I literally was surrounding myself with people who were in coding. So every time I'm in class, I'll just go and sit with people who were coding, so that if I if I just heard one topic also, I would come and search what was that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
surround yourself with people who are doing all that so that you know what others are doing and then you can do the same thing. Yes. So and also I would say that C++ and Java are development topics, and you should know it. But what I feel for myself, what makes me stand out in the crowd is adding the Python part, and that has helped me a lot. A lot. I swear everybody, that has helped me a lot because everybody is going through DSA. Everybody knows
Yeah.
what is data structure. Everybody knows what is linked list. Everybody knows what is array. But if you say to the interviewer that along with this I can also help in automation, and I'm telling you, automation is going like this, everything
Yeah.
when I entered Microsoft, I did so much work on automation. There were so many manual processes, we converted them to automation, and now we are working in seconds. So I think if you have to stand out, you have to learn the automation. I swear on it, along with DSA you have to know, but you have to know some extra thing also. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So, any supplements or complements for this Python resources? I mean, for learning Python automation, any kind of resources that you want to recommend?
Yes, of course. Like I am working very much on Python. It's been 3 years that I'm working on Python along with my C++ development. I have done C also in my first company. Then Python, it's been 3 years. You can go for first thing Geeks for Geeks, okay? Because that's how I also started, to be honest about it. You can go for Geeks for Geeks, okay? You can take courses. I have my courses coming up, which is like very affordable, yet so much of value because I know how much industry application it has because I have been using it for many years now. So I am coming up with one course starting on 17th of July. It's very affordable, very affordable. And you can, in case you do not want to buy it, you can always go for Geeks for Geeks. Geeks for Geeks is the best resource, I think, for everything. But it's a self study, so people who are capable of self studies can take it. Otherwise, you can go to YouTube also. So yeah, these are the resources I would recommend. Guys, don't waste your time because everybody is learning it, and the
Yeah.
competition is so much, and we know how 2023 is going on. There is less job, more people. So there's a race in, like we have race in IITs, right, for J mains now. I think um, DSA, LO, this is the second J main, and I'm very sure about it. This is something everybody is learning, and there is so much of competition. So don't waste time. Take guidance, take resources, buy a thing if possible, affordable thing. Don't go for
Yeah.
expensive thing, and yeah, take help from people on LinkedIn. I guide so many people on LinkedIn. When people message me, I always try to reply. People can message me on LinkedIn. I can reply so many times. So yeah, don't waste time. Be clear about what you all have to do. Don't waste. Yeah. Because again, if you're not doing it now, you have to do it later. So better you do it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for answering this. So I guess we have covered almost every set of knowledge that a beginner required to kickstart their coding journey. So as we have the limited time frame, so let's come to the question part. Uh, Gagan is asking for like, is it a necessary to do competitive programming? Because he is not getting that much interest in that. So what should he do?
Oh, no, not at all. No. Okay, so let's come to the basic again. Basically, if you are doing JEE main, for example, okay, you need knowledge, irrespective of you were giving mock interviews or you were just self-studying. Okay, same is the thing with our coding this area. Okay, you should have the knowledge. You can practice. There's no need of CP. Okay, no, like I have done CP for some time. Okay, but then I did not because there were many questions which I was not able to do, and there were many times I was not available at the time. The competitions are going on or
Yeah.
something. It is fine. Let the coding competition happen. But once it happens, go back to it, check the question. If you do not know it, see the tutorial, learn it, and your learning is done, right? So ultimate goal is learning. I don't think CP is like 1000% necessary. It is just to upskill you, okay? And like where I used to code on Hacker Rank, Hacker Earth, on both. So on Hacker Earth, I think there is one coding. coding arena happened. Its name is Code Arena, where there are two people who are
Yeah.
coding at the same time. So I have done that a lot. Though I used to lose all the time. I used to lose it every day, every time, guys. Initially, but then I used to go back to it, see the tutorial, learn the concept, and you're good to go. So the whole concept is learning, and it can come from anywhere. It can come from your friends, it can come from internet. It doesn't have to come from competition only. So CP is not required. If you're interested, do it. If you're not, don't do it. But study. Don't because I know CP sometimes demotivate you a lot.
Yeah.
So don't get demotivated. Work on your skills. Probably somebody is doing it in half an hour now. You can do it in 20, like 1 hour now, but you have to practice. You have to practice. It's just the practice you all have to do. Yeah, I hope I answered it. You don't need CP like 100%.
Okay. So the next question is like, how should I better work on my programming logic? But I'm not able to come up with the logic. So
Yes.
yeah.
This happens. This happens with everybody starting initially, that you do not know the logic, and it's fine. Okay, it's fine to not know the logic, but you have to practice it. Okay, and how you have to practice it? That you have to, for example, if I'm learning array today, okay, so I can just go to array YouTube tutorial or course, okay, and then I'll try to learn what's happening. So that if now I have done 100 questions on array after learning, now when the 101th time I'm going to see some question, I know I can pick some from this, some from this, some from this, like all the concepts from all the 100 problems and apply it to that problem. So for example, somebody just says ki, um, you have an array, for example, and you have to put all the numbers which are 1 2 3 in the beginning and 0 0 at the end. Okay, so now this problem, like I know many people
Yeah.
are very new, but what I'm saying is this problem can be solved when you have done so many such problems. That's what I'm trying to say. So logic doesn't come by birth. Like I did not know all the logic when I was born, right? I did not know any logic when I was in college. But logic comes when you have done hundred of problem like that. So when the 101th time it's going to come to you, you know that you have to do. It's like maths,
Yeah.
coding is like maths. So if you have practiced maths with all your formulas, a plus b is a plus b whole square, then you know where you have to apply it. If you will not
Yeah.
know this formula, you can never apply. Same as coding. You have to know the concept before applying it. So logic will come from practice. That's the point. You have to practice. You have to write code every day. That's when you're going to be a successful software engineer.
Okay. Okay. So the next question is, any project that you wanna suggest me to enhance my coding skills? Any beginner friendly projects?
I like if I think myself, I did few projects when I was in my college. I did some Android project, though I do not know Java now, but I did that time. But what I would say is go for something which, like what I feel right now is somebody should go for project which includes the latest technology a little. Okay, everybody's learning ML, AI. You can put that a little. You can, and it doesn't have to be amazingly great idea to build your project. You can go for very simple project. Nobody cares. People cares what technology you are trying to learn through the project. People are just, if I have to also take interview, I would not want somebody who would have made amazingly great project. But what I want is what technology you're using and what did you learn out of it. तुमने क्या सीखा. So I would say always go for projects which are like ML AI, and also go for projects which involves a lot of data structure. Okay, a lot of data structure. Suppose you can make something which involves trees, something which involves a linked list. You can make some scheduling thing where you see that linked list is getting used. So I would say make project which actually making you learn something, some data structure, some algorithm. You can we have search algorithms, right? Try to put that in your projects. I think that is the kind of project I would at least recommend. I would have done the same thing if I was in college right now. Yeah. And
Oh,
again, ML AI comes from Python. I would
yeah.
recommend everybody to learn Python. You know, and it's such a beautiful add-on. It's such a beautiful add-on to your technical skills. like I have given so many interviews just because I was having Python in my profile, because everybody has C++, everybody has data structure, and I gave I have given almost all the companies interview, and Python was like one of the thing which was, and I have cleared most of them also, fortunately. So Python was something which was keeping me, above people, that okay, she knows automation also, she can
Yeah.
be an add-on resource there. And because if you know Python, you can do so many, you can do ML, AI, everything, right? So many libraries are there. So I would recommend everybody, and it's very easy language, very easy. You can learn it in a month. I'm telling you, I'm coming up with my course where, and it's very minimum, very basic, very basic. And I can guarantee I can teach people Python in a month. They will be able to write code. Because I know how it works, how easy it is. So yeah. But anyways, take any source, and I'll say do DSA and do Python. Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. Even after hearing you, I want to register in that course, in your course. I know the.
I'll share the link for
Okay.
you.
Uh, but you have mentioned very good point, like having some extra additional skills.
Hmm.
I'm reminding of one line that my one senior told me. You basically hired for your primary skills
Yeah. Yeah.
that you mentioned in your resume,
Yes.
but you survive in that company just because of your secondary skills.
Yeah.
That line hit me very hard actually. I guess it's a very true in the time of recession and in the time of this, like the
Exactly. Very.
companies are doing the cost cutting and project
Yeah.
constraint plans. So they're hiring those people. I mean, they are keeping those people who have the additional skills.
Yes.
So the guys,
I
we might be
really
talented.
again, I'm recommending have something which is unique, which is
Additional.
your USP, where
Yeah,
people cannot let you go. Like they know everything. How can we
exactly.
let them go? I gave my NVIDIA interview in Python. I gave Microsoft, like I just told them. I have given so many interviews in Python. So my last company, I gave my interview in Python. So many. So yeah, I recommend. Yeah, you're going to,
That's
um, you know,
that's very
we
great.
should remember these words, everybody.
So another question is here. It's a very interesting question. I guess everyone has faced this question, like how you manage academic study. I mean CGPA and coding parallelly.
Yes, and it's a very good question.
Yeah.
So when I got into college, I was doing coding a little and I was studying also a little. And I was among those students who used to study one night before the exam. Literally, I am that. I used to study whole night and then go for exams. But you should not all do that. Okay. So coding is something which has to be part of your life, like you breathe, like you eat. So if somebody just asks me how should I manage my food and my academics, I would say you're doing it. Okay, because when you're hungry, you're going for eating, right?
Yeah.
Whether it takes you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, same is your coding and your academics. So you have to focus on your academics. Okay, you have to do it, but even if you have 15 minutes, and you have to make it, okay, because it's going to give you a job. So if you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, you have to make time for coding. And I think 1 hour is good time. You can start with 1.5 hours a day. Okay, you can probably do it after your dinner. I would recommend that. But once everybody is done, all your day is done, just सोने से 1 घंटा पहले go do something and not just read. The aim is not to complete the syllabus. The aim is to understand the syllabus. Okay, so don't rush. Just open one topic, even if it takes you like a week, no problem. You're not in a race. You're in your self race, right? You're not in race with anybody. Open first topic, write it down. I would say write it 100 times so that it's clear. Okay, that's what I used to do. And again, when I used to be in college, like my classes, sometimes we used to get break, right? I literally used to watch videos in that group, in that gap, so that whatever I studied yesterday, I revised today. So, when you revise, that's when you remember things. So, whatever I studied today, for example, tomorrow, probably if I got 10 minutes, you can fast forward the video and see the concept. So the revision is done. You do not have to sit for the revision. You have to find your hack for the revision. Probably you're sitting in a class and, for example, nobody's
Yeah.
teaching in that lecture. Write it down. Write your program in your notebook. You do not have to open your computer. So that's how you can. That's what I did. I used to study and I used to code uh like for an hour. Not code, because code also takes you like 3 months to start coding. Okay, but before you need the concept. And on weekends, I used to study. I used to study like not too much, 2 3 hours on weekends. But I tell you, the consistent progress will take you
Yeah.
forward. So you have to do it like little every day instead of just not doing anything. So that's
Okay.
how.
So guys, take baby steps. Okay. There is no any shame in taking baby steps.
Yeah,
And as a summary, it's all about you. And after all, we are all engineers, and we are known by just studying just before the night of the exam.
yeah,
So you can take a week for that particular subject basically,
yeah.
and finally we have to learn it from YouTube. So I don't think it takes a time that much.
Yes. I think
So
it's
yeah,
your journey.
yeah,
Again, like you do not make excuses to have food or to chat with your friends or to use Instagram. Same way, I think nobody should make excuses in learning, because I think it should be the part of your life, like breathing, like eating. It should be just part of my life that okay, now my day is done. Let me learn something for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, for half an hour. It should be just in your routine. There shouldn't be as a great thing about learning it. It's just a thing. Just start doing it, and I'm telling you, you will be successful. Yeah. If you are consistent, you are learning what people, not just me, but everybody is saying that DSA is important. DSA is important because it is important. Okay, and Python is important, very important, and it's easy to learn. Hence, I recommend everybody that you should learn it. And it's very easy to get placements also. If you have all these things, it's not that people will not hire you. People are looking to hire good engineer, good coders, good people with logic. Logic will come from practice again. So the key here is practice, and everything will happen. I tell you, if your resume is good, if you have those skills to convince people. I'm coming with one more series here, that how you should tackle interviews, because I believe that interviews are not just about technical skills. Also,
yeah,
you should be able to present that.
personality.
Yeah, you should be able to tell that I know this. So I'm coming with that also. Probably I'll share the link with you all. At least go and check. In
Yeah.
case you don't find it good, you can go to YouTube and check it. You can use Chat GPT. You can use so many resources. So yeah, it's everything is available. It's just you who have to do things, and things will happen. Your dream will be beautiful. I tell you, when you will be living it. I'm living it right now. I feel happy about it. though I'm grateful and not that I do not study now. In fact, now if I have to make a switch, I literally study the same way which I have told.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's very nice, and that's a very inspiring journey that you're having, and we are feeling enlightened to your journey. And
Everything
okay,
is possible. It's just your hard work. Everything is
exactly.
possible. Everything is possible. Make good resume. You would believe I literally gave 50 interviews before Microsoft, and I got selection in most of them. It was just Microsoft I was waiting for. Hence, I did not go there. But if you have good skills, good resume, everybody will approach you. I tell you, everybody will. But you should know the tricks. You should know how to play, how to reach out to recruiters,
Yeah.
how to how to make your resume, how to use Chat GPT. I'm coming with something that how to use Chat GPT, and then I think if in interview we say I know how to use
Yeah.
Chat GPT, why wouldn't I not hire you? I would say probably not everybody knows everything, but if people can use ChatGPT to solve a problem, I'm happy about it. So you can always add that I know ChatGPT prompt, I know how to use it. just keep adding the skills, just that. Yeah. Yeah.
You have raised a very good point that companies are ready to hire the candidates because I'm feeling the same thing because I'm living around the industry personalities and figures recruiters those who are hiring, and they are basically desperately looking for the candidates, but they are not finding the right candidates. That's the biggest problem that exists in current scenario. And students are just complaining that we don't know, we are not getting able to get jobs and placements and all. However, there are lots of companies. So, guys who are watching us, please be aware of this fact. There are lots of companies who are looking
Yeah.
desperately to hire a perfect candidate.
Yes.
So, yeah,
You
work on
won't
your
believe,
skills.
you won't believe when I go for interviews, people who are taking interviews literally want to help you, you know.
Yeah,
They do not make an environment like, oh, interview is going on. They make it so light, so amazing, and that gives me the sense that even people are looking to hire. It's just that you have to be eligible for that.
yeah,
So people are looking to hire. People want everybody to be successful. People are humble, but you have to train yourself to be there, to at least meet those people who are going to hire. If you're not even going there, and which is your hard work, if
yeah.
you're not even going there, nobody can do anything about it. So yeah.
Okay, that's really great. We have crossed this 45 minutes time limit, and it was so pleasure to talk to you and to hear your journey. Basically, that time was just like a snap. It
Yeah.
went from 4 to 45.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No worries.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, we are the as everyone has a time limit, so we try to fix it around 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But thanks to you, we crossed 45 minutes, and many of the juniors or the students who are watching us right now, I must say they are having some kind of clarity in their mind after hearing you and you the resources or the learnings that you have shared. So on the behalf of the juniors, thank you very much for coming in session, and thank you for sharing your valuable learnings, feedbacks, so that they can know they can use in their journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thanks, everybody. Again, I am coming up with my platform. After this, anybody have any doubt, you guys can ping me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I reply to everybody on LinkedIn. You can ping me on LinkedIn. I'm coming up with my course on Python. Very affordable, very amazing. So much of learning. I know how to, what is required. I know it. So I'll share the link. Probably I'll share the link with you. Anybody interested can ping me. Check it
yeah, I
out.
can do. I can drop that link in the
Yeah, and
chat section community as well.
also you can, if not that, you can consume so much of YouTube. Stay away from Instagram, guys,
That's still possible for those
and,
guys.
and put that time into this thing, and it will give you good future. I assure that it will give you beautiful future. A future you will be proud of yourself, not proud of using Instagram.
Okay,
Just remember everything.
that's really great, and it's been a great pleasure to talking to you. And yeah, I guess we are ready to wrap the session. So thank you guys, thank you for joining the session, and thank you once again, Nikita, for joining us and enlightening us through your learnings. Yeah,
Guys, thanks.
Madhur, please wrap the session. Yeah, bye
Bye.
bye, Nikita.